Have you ever stopped to wonder how cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum actually keep their networks safe? After all, these systems don't rely on banks, governments, or big corporations. Instead, they are run by millions of people across the globe. But here's the fascinating part. They all agree on what's true, who owns what, and which transactions are valid, without a central authority. How is this possible? The secret lies in consensus mechanisms. And among the many methods out there, two dominate the world of crypto today: proof of work, PoW, and proof of stake, PoS. These two models are like competing engines powering the blockchain revolution. But which one is better? Which one is truly the future of cryptocurrency? Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more powerful deep dives into crypto, blockchain, and financial innovation. Now let's unlock the mystery of proof of work versus proof of stake. What is a consensus mechanism? At its core, a blockchain is a giant digital ledger, a record of transactions that everyone can see but no single person controls. The challenge is obvious. If there's no central authority, how do we make sure nobody cheats? What stops someone from spending the same coin twice? This is where consensus mechanisms step in. They are protocols that allow all participants in the blockchain to agree on the state of the ledger. Without them, blockchain would collapse into chaos. And while there are many approaches, proof of work and proof of stake have emerged as the two most influential. Proof of work. The original pioneer introduced by Bitcoin in 2009, proof of work is the original blockchain consensus mechanism. It's the reason Bitcoin has never been hacked and continues to operate securely more than a decade later. Here's how it works. Miners compete to solve complex mathematical puzzles using high-powered computers. The first miner to solve the puzzle gets the right to add the next block of transactions to the blockchain. In return, they receive a reward in the form of new coins, such as freshly minted Bitcoin. This process requires enormous computing power, which means massive amounts of electricity. But that difficulty is what makes the network secure. Attacking it would require an impossible amount of energy and resources. Strengths of proof of work: extremely secure and time-tested. Resistant to attacks because of the huge energy and hardware costs. Creates digital scarcity, much like gold mining in the real world. Weaknesses of proof of work: consumes massive amounts of energy, raising environmental concerns. Mining has become dominated by large companies with specialized equipment. Slower transaction speeds and higher fees compared to newer systems. Proof of stake. The eco-friendly innovator proof of stake was designed to solve the problems of proof of work, particularly energy consumption. Instead of requiring miners to burn electricity, PoS relies on validators who lock up, or stake, their coins to secure the network. Here's how it works. Validators are chosen randomly, but those with more coins staked have a higher chance of being selected. When chosen, a validator verifies transactions and adds a block to the chain. In return, they earn rewards, usually in the form of transaction fees or additional tokens. The beauty of PoS is that it removes the need for expensive hardware and energy-intensive mining. All you need is to own and stake coins. Strengths of proof of stake: energy efficient, using up to 99% less electricity than PoW. Faster and more scalable, capable of handling more transactions at lower cost. More accessible for everyday people since no expensive machines are required. Weaknesses of proof of stake: critics argue it may favor the wealthy, since those with more coins have more power. Less proven in terms of long-term security compared to PoW. Complex rules are needed to prevent attacks from bad actors. PoW versus polonium-2 sulfide. Head-to-head comparison. Let's break it down clearly. Security PoW is backed by enormous computing power, making it nearly impossible to hack. PoS relies on economic incentives. Attackers risk losing their staked coins if they cheat. Energy consumption: PoW consumes as much electricity as entire countries. PoS is lightweight and sustainable, using minimal energy. Accessibility: PoW requires expensive machines, making it hard for average people to participate. PoS only requires coins, so anyone can join. Decentralization: PoW risks centralization in mining pools. PoS risks concentration of power in wealthy holders. Speed and costs: PoW is slower and more expensive. PoS is faster and cheaper. Examples in the real-world: proof-of-work networks: Bitcoin, BTC, Litecoin, Lieutenant Colonel, Dogecoin, Doge. Proof-of-stake networks: Ethereum, ETH after the merge, Cardano, ADA, Solana, Sol, Polkadot, DOT. It's worth noting that Ethereum, the second largest blockchain in the world, recently made the historic shift from proof-of-work to proof-of-stake in a transition known as the merge. This event highlighted how serious the crypto industry is about sustainability and scalability. Which is the future? The debate between proof-of-work and proof-of-stake is one of the most important in crypto. On one hand, PoW is tried and tested, battle-hardened, and incredibly secure. Bitcoin, the world's first cryptocurrency, continues to prove that PoW can work at scale. On the other hand, PoS is fast, efficient, and much more sustainable, making it ideal for a world demanding eco-friendly solutions. The truth may be that both systems will coexist. Bitcoin may always remain proof of work, acting as digital gold. Meanwhile, newer blockchains and smart contract platforms may continue adopting proof of stake for its speed and efficiency. Together, they could form a balanced ecosystem where different consensus mechanisms serve different needs. Proof of work and proof of stake are not just technical terms, they're the beating hearts of the blockchain revolution. PoW gave us the foundation with Bitcoin, proving that decentralized money is possible. PoS builds on that foundation, offering a greener, faster, and more accessible path forward. The question isn't which one is better, but how each will shape the future of crypto in its own way. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the exciting world of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Because in the end, knowledge is power, and in crypto, power belongs to those who understand how the system really works.